Hello, people. Hope you're well. Welcome back to another episode of Combat Catch Up, joined by the two legends who not only keep this channel going, but also keep me awake when I can't stay awake. And that is the legend Luke Tanner and Jamie Phillips. Make sure you go and subscribe to their channels at links in the descriptions. On this episode, we're going to speak about Sugar Sean O'Malley's injury and what that means next for him, and also Marab's performance and what's next for him. Going to be speaking about Jamie's favorite person in the world, Valentina Shevchenko, her performance, and also Dana White's comments. Going to be speaking about breaking news, which happened not too long ago, and that is Aljamain Sterling is out of his fight with Movsar Evloev. We're speaking about Chandler and Oliveira and what that means for Conor McGregor, and also the PFL Super Fights card. So a lot to get through, guys. Right. I was going to say we all watched UFC 306 at the weekend.
We did.
Two of us.
I watched UFC 306. The rest of it I watched today, if I'm going to be honest. And I genuinely can't remember anything from Saturday night. I really can't. It was a very good card. The last two fights, not the most entertaining, but is what it is. But in the main event, Sean O'Malley, who the card was built around, took a Marab, and he was, in my opinion, dominated. One of the judges gave it 3-2. I didn't think it was 3-2. I think it was either 5-0 or 4-1.
Someone must have been watching the MMA Guru's coping video afterwards.
Yeah. It's wild what's happening here. But news has come out that O'Malley needs surgery on his hip. He went into the fight with the injury, apparently. Luke, I'm going to start with you. Knowing that you've got such a big fight, it's a championship fight against a guy who's probably going to try and take you down. Therefore, using your movement and your hips is going to be paramount in this fight. Should he have pulled out of the fight?
Yes, because I think it was he tore it 10 weeks out. So basically, at the start of camp, he basically tore his labium in his hip. Basically, is what I read. So he should have pulled out. Given the UFC time to sort of get in their replacement. You could have got Umar versus Marab. I'm sure that would have been, Dana's, absolute dream to have at the Sphere. Yes, he probably should have. He should have definitely pulled out the fight. But we know what these fighters are like. Like, this is a once in a lifetime event. I will see how much that pays weight in the coming years. The last time they're going to be at the Sphere. It's the highest selling gate in UFC history
because the prices were like £3,000 a ticket.
I saw someone on Twitter saying that they paid 67k for a ticket, so they're paying more than what fighters are getting paid on that card. Wait.
67, not 6,700. 67,000.
$67,000.
As in what you'd put down on a mortgage of a house.
Yeah.
For one
more
ticket.
Than what you'd get on a beginner's contract with the UFC.
Whoa.
But so I can understand why he wanted to stay on the fight card, because it's never going to happen again. But for the sake of him, like you just lost your belt because of this decision. Poorly, I have to say,
have surgery, which means he's out for even longer as well.
Out for about 8 to 9 months. Plus, who in his corner? I don't know if not you on the touch on what happened on his podcast about the producer absolutely losing his shit because he wasn't invited to the freaking after party.
After party. That was crazy. Like
I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like Sean, what you need to do in this time off is have a look around your circle.
Yeah.
I think you may need to get rid of a few yes men there. Yeah. Because even your friend, your coach, should have gone, I'm pulling you out.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hate me, but I'm doing this. It's the right thing for you. Get an interim, because if he pulled out and needed surgery, then I'd be like, cool, get an interim title, rejig the card a little bit, makes sense then. But now he's sort of in a bit of a limbo at the moment. And it's probably why his performance was so flat. Why me and Jamie were going, what's wrong? This is not the Sugar Sean we saw. Now we know why his hip wasn't working.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Jay, you spoke about Sugar Sean on Saturday, and you're right. He didn't look himself. He wasn't himself. He obviously was coming into it with an injury. How much credit does Marab have to get? Whether we like the performance or not, how much credit does Marab have to get for the way he made Sean look as well?
All the credit in the world, but unfortunately, he's going to get none of that now.
Yeah.
That's gone.
No.
Look, I blame Dana White for all this.
Yeah.
Because he's put it so much in O'Malley's head that he's a superstar and he's almost untouchable that he went along with this fight. You know, if you've ripped that muscle in your hip, you can't twist or turn because the muscle's not there to help you do it. So that means you can't swivel. When you get taken down, you can't really stop takedowns because you can't use your hips to pop out. You know, getting shots off leg kicks, it's almost impossible. But I think Dana's put so much into Sugar's head now that he's a superstar and he's the biggest thing. Like Dana Pack pretty much is the biggest star in the company. That's what Dana pretty much said. The biggest star in the company, yeah. So he thinks he's untouchable. So he went along with this fight. And my whole thing about this now is that Sugar's going to get all the credit in the world now for fighting with an injury, and Marab's going to get none. Because everyone's just going to say now, we have to have the rematch to see what it's really like. Because is Marab going to do ragdolling for 5 rounds like he did previously? Or was that just the injury? So Marab is champion, but people are going to say it's a tainted title.
I hear you. So obviously, you know, next for Marab is Umar. What next for Sean though? Does he wait for the loser of that fight? Does he fight Henry Cejudo? I mean, I'll probably do a video on this going into a bit more detail, and then we also got Sandhagen there.
He'll get
the
whoever
title
the
shot as
champ
soon as
is.
he comes back.
Yeah. You think he'll get a title shot as soon as he comes back?
Yeah. Dana knows he only lost because of his injury, so he's getting the title shot as soon as he comes back.
Yeah, and plus he's going to be out for a long enough period where, you know how it's like, people are what's the saying? Time away makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
Now we're not going to see him for about 8 to 9 months. People will be like, oh, look, if we miss Sean, boom, he potentially could be a bigger star when he makes his eventual return, which it will be for a title shot. Because just as I completely agree with Jamie, Dana has been blowing smoke up his ass, thinking he's the dog's bollocks, which he's not. Which is not, because, let's be honest, you struggled to start the Sphere. Is that a part of the fact that the tickets were at a extortionate rate? Yes. Is it because the card? Let's be honest, I know we watched it and we thought, hey, these fights were good. But when you're buying the tickets and you're seeing some of these fighters, you're going, who?
Yeah.
Like a fight. Basically, it was a fight night card with 3 quality fights on paper. And then, hey, it doesn't matter because Dana just shat on your main and co-main. Like a top promoter.
I'm gonna get to that. So do you reckon, so you both think Sugar gets an immediate title rematch when he comes back?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't
if he's the superstar, if he is the superstar Dana proclaims him to be, then he will, just get the title match when he comes back. Because Dana's going to say the injury cost him the loss. What would he be like if he was fully able to go? So yeah. Especially, I think it might be different if Umar wins the title. If Umar wins the title, I think it might go somewhere else. But if
no.
Just really,
he might.
If Shelley holds the title,
I think if Umar wins it, he might definitely do Sugar Sean because they'll try and replicate the Conor and Khabib.
Yeah, exactly.
God, it's nothing like Conor and Khabib. It's nothing like Conor and Khabib because it'll be fake beef. There's not genuine beef there. Like Conor and Khabib genuinely hate each other.
Yeah, but they were quality fight. We're talking about so many average fighters now. It's unreal. This era of UFC is so poor. The poorest champions I've ever seen in the company.
Is it the poorest champions?
I was actually going to do a video on that.
It's so.
I think it's only poor quality because the way it's been promoted, or which would be my biggest issue with Dana White, for
many
the
events.
last few years, because you could probably build
Too
up
many
these
events.
champions that we think on paper aren't as exciting as the old generation, but when you got a good promoter, a good hype man, you'd make the shittest fighter look like the best in the world.
Did you
But
guys
when
see Conor McGregor's? Sorry to cut you, dude. Did you see Conor McGregor's press conference after bare knuckle?
Yeah,
I'm
calm
not
and cool, man.
Again, I'm very up and down with Conor. You see, when he spoke about the promotion,
He wants to fight. They're stopping him. Yeah.
But I bought in to bare knuckle. I've always liked bare knuckle, but I fully bought in and thought this guy knows how to promote.
Of course he
Yeah,
does.
he knows how to promote.
About.
Yeah,
promoter
literally. He like, I was
This shit on
watching
my
it and I was
pair,
like,
though. It's at my pair,
why is Dana not doing this? How is Dana not doing this after all these years? It's crazy.
What has Dana promoted outside the UFC? What has Dana ever promoted outside the UFC? Outside the UFC that's made money. Look what Conor's made outside the UFC. Look what he's a self-made millionaire on his own back. Look at his whiskey brand. Look at his beer brand. His brand sells. He promotes himself better than anyone else.
Yeah,
so if he can become the full owner of bare knuckle and have people behind him running the show, it could rival UFC in a way. Because look, let's face it, UFC's dog shit right now. It just is. I know people will stick up for it. So it's crap, right? And the reason the fighters are fine fighting for no money is because there's no other place to go. Bellator's a good company and all that, but it's not going to make you a superstar. UFC is, and also the problem with UFC, they have too many fights. There's too many shows. None of the cards are stacked like they used to be. Are stacked like they used to be. It should be just 12 pay-per-views a year, no fight nights. Don't need fight nights. No need.
You wouldn't even do fight nights, Jay.
Only special occasion fight nights. So
I'd say like one fight night and one pay-per-view a month.
Yeah, that's it. But special occasion ones, like if it's in England or in France, things like that.
Well, I do believe because it's at the Apex, not in front of a crowd. I think that's the killer. I think that's the killer because it is in the Apex, and the fact is that the UFC, instead of listening to the fans' criticism of getting it out on the road more, by the looks of it, they're doubling down on the Apex because they're shutting it down in November to re-expand it to have about
more seats and stuff.
I don't know what the capacity is going to be, but it's going to be a lot more. So they're doubling down of, hey, we can keep it at the Apex. Where let's be honest, like the reason why I don't watch fight nights at the Apex because the atmosphere is fucking dead.
Yeah, the atmosphere is terrible.
Dead. And when you're up for us like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, you need a little bit of something to keep you going. Type of thing when the car's dragging. But
right, here you go. Look, this is what I'm talking about. So obviously we've got UFC 307 and UFC 308, but in between that we've got 3 fight nights.
One's in Paris, so that's going to be pretty good.
So that's what I'm saying. Special occasion fight nights and stuff like that you should do, but you're not being able to load your pay-per-view cards. You could load up better prelims and better pay-per-view cards if you eliminated the amount of fight nights they do. Because even the prelims now, no one's interested. Unless it's a special occasion show.
Like 300 is the only time. Is it UFC 300 is probably the only time we've, as a team, done prelims, right? Is there one other card?
Yeah. Is it 299 or 298?
299 might have been.
May have been.
But
out of the
Sugar Sean card, shock.
But out of the years we've done this together, we've done 2 full cards. That kind of says a lot. And again, obviously we're in the UK, so we obviously try and sneak in a little bit of a sleep before the 3 o'clock start. But UFC 300, boys, we were fully up and alert the whole night.
We were still up and alert when it finished. We were excited.
Yeah, like we were buzzing.
I think we did like a live reaction shortly afterwards. So
it was hype, man. I always say this though. I always go back to UFC 100. Yeah, look how stacked that card was with superstar names. I have not seen a card that stacked since. Even all the UFC 100s up to 200, then cards were stacked. superstar. As soon as UFC 200 happened up till now, the superstars have just dropped off. You know, and they're finding it hard to fill cards because they do too many fight nights. I have no idea why they do so many fight nights. They don't need to make money. So I don't get it.
Why they do it. Probably why they do it though, Joe.
I mean, they got Dana's series, ain't they? Make that the fight night.
Yeah, that's
just make
point.
Dana's series the fight night.
Yeah,
just make that the fight night.
Yeah, that's a shout.
series, yeah.
You know, and put it on YouTube for free to everyone, and that way more people will go and find out who these fighters are, and you go grow your audience.
You're cooking, Jay.
Yeah,
You're
like,
cooking.
If they steal this idea, then. But that's what I would do if I was a promoter. That's what I would do if I was a promoter. I'd look at my business right now and what is going on. They won't say business is down, but let's face it, it is. Yeah, no one sells, right? And I look at it and go, what can we do to make these cards better? Because Dana don't like the cards. You can tell after every fight night, after every pay-per-view, he hates every card.
But the thing is, the buck stops with him though. Like I know we're touching it because I cannot believe you're thinking. I don't really want to touch on it because I may touch on it in the video that I might do, but whether or not this sphere is actually worth the $20 million that he drilled into it. Which for me, as I said in previous videos, if you're not there, you're not gonna. If you're not physically there, it's gonna be all right. It looked all right for when we watched it. But unless you're actually there in the arena, then you're not going to feel that full experience.
Yeah.
And when he's openly, if you had an issue about whether or not the fans would actually enjoy it, sorry, Bucks stops with you. You match make the fights. You pick which one's going to be good. If you had any worries about whether or not these fights were going to stink it out, don't book the freaking fight. Just don't book it. Just book it at another event where you're not. When this card was supposed to be excitement, everything up until the co-main event was just pure excitement. There was a moment. Like if you worried that the co-main event and main event were going to stink, you should have just changed it. You should have Sugar Sean versus Sanhagen or Valentina or Grasso versus Blanchfield, Farrow, something a bit more exciting.
But you can change the match. You can change the match order, though. No, they don't have to be the last two matches on the card.
Not just that either, but
Valentina, change it up.
The problem I've got with that is, and obviously it leads nicely onto the next topic, which is Valentina. Valentina went out there and won every single round of that fight.
Dominated.
Was it the most entertaining? No. But why should she have to put on an entertaining fight? But seriously, guys,
my outburst on that stream.
No, that's fine. But why should she have to put on the most entertaining fight? Because she put on an entertaining fight almost a year ago, and she didn't get the belt. She was putting on an entertaining fight in the first one. She ended up getting caught in a choke, and that was it. She lost the belt. You lose the belt, you lose a pay-per-view points, you lose all these other things, so you're losing out on money effectively. Not just that. As a promoter, and this is the issue I have, as a promoter, you're meant to be able to turn dog doo-doo into gold. That's what a promoter is meant to do. A promoter is meant to turn a card and make everyone invested and want to buy it. You've got two champions. You've got Marab, who, let's be honest, fights like it's the last day he's going to be living on this planet. Every single time he fights. And he's a very good personality outside the cage. You got Valentina, who is one of your most decorated champions, who's now become a two-time champion in the division she has dominated, and she's got a crazy backstory. Like she speaks 4 languages. She flipping has a gun tattooed on her. She carries a bullet around with her. She shoots guns, and she might be James Bond, a female version of James Bond. She might just be. And the first thing you do after you put on a sphere card is go and dump on your 2 new champions. Like he's meant to be coming out, even if you say it behind the scenes and being like, wasn't really entertaining, guys. That didn't really capture me. As a professional, as a promoter, you're meant to go out there and go, you know what? We all said Sugar's the guy, but Marav's been killing outside the cage, and he's coming tonight, and he's killed it in the cage. I didn't think he was going to dominate O'Malley. Who in here thought he was going to dominate O'Malley like that? we've got a new superstar on our hands. We've got a guy who will climb up a fence and go and rough up a fan if they get rude to him, and then in the cage he'll beat number 1 in the division and become champion. We've got Valentina, who can speak 4 languages, pretty looking woman, can flipping head kick you, can submit you, can ground and pound you, or could dominate you through the wrestling. That's the sort of thing you should be hearing from a promoter. But he said he comes out and goes, "Oh well, I don't know if we'll have. I don't know what the fans will think after the.
Or
If
I
they
hope
watch
they
the last
switched
2
off
fights.
before the co-main event.
I hope they stop watching before the co-main and main event. Like,
Do you
what
know,
the hell?
Do you know what pisses
how
me off
crazy that is?
Years ago, he used to slag off other promotions for making fighters just stand up and bang. Like he says, it's MMA. You should be able to wrestle. You know, I remember years ago when he was talking about Khabib. He never mentioned Khabib in the boring fight, like when they were boring. Yeah, but he just won, right? And the thing is, it's MMA. Yeah, it's mixed martial arts and wrestling. UFC have made a thing about it as well. In all the 30 odd years they've been here, they've always made a point that the biggest base in MMA is wrestling. And if you're an exceptional wrestler, you could probably go to succeed. And if you can improve your stand-up, you know, great. Look at Brock. Brock was a tremendous wrestler. He weren't great on his feet, but he went on to win a world heavyweight title. You know, and big pay-per-view numbers because it was a draw. His fight, you wouldn't say all his fights are exciting, apart from probably a Frank Mir rivalry.
No, you got Shane Carwin was a exciting fight.
Shane Carwin was good just for the fact of what happened in that fight. It was just for about half of it. But it's just it's if you're going to promote. See, I've always said this. UFC is promoted like it's amateur wrestling with stand-up. I've always said this. It's always been the case, right? And you can't then go and say things are boring when people want to use their main strength. If people want to use their main strength to win a fight, you can't then go around, well, it's boring, no, people never watched. But the whole point you want people to watch and make this sport grow is because they're using every martial art in the sun in one fight. They're using kickboxing and wrestling in the fight. What other fighters are doing that? Who else is using kickboxing and wrestling in the fight? So if you want it to be mixed martial arts, you can't then go, well, that was boring, I hope no one watched. But I hope you'll watch the 3 fights before that because they were just stand-up bangers. It makes no sense. He's going back on everything he said about the sport when he was growing it.
It's terrible, Jay. It's not even just that either. How, if you're Valentina or you're Merab and you've just won the biggest, well, for Merab especially, you won the biggest fight of your life, and then you hear the promoter, the guy who's running the company, speak about you like that, what motivation have you got to go out and fight for him?
Well, literally, Merab was like, "Yeah, I'm fucking not fighting Umar. I'm not fucking Umar. Sorry, not fighting Umar." Pause. Pause.
I hope he's not doing that.
Literally came out and just went.
Apparently said breaking news. Sorry, Super Mendy's asked Sociedad to leave in January. There you go. I'll just leave it there.
Nah.
Carry on.
No way. Oh, you're ruining me.
Where have you seen that, Jay?
Indy said it, but I know people go say it's Indy. Indy got the last one bang on before.
Indy's actually been pretty good recently.
He got it bang on before Oidstein, yeah. He said Real Madrid midfielder Zubimedi has now decided to leave in January. The player has asked Liverpool to bid for his services, regretting his summer decision to stay at Spain.
Yeah. Sorry, sorry, just complete.
He got it bang on. He got it bang on the other day as well. We got to give him credit.
Yeah,
Oidstein even credited him.
Yikes! I'm ready to be hurt again.
Sorry, look.
I'm ready to be hurt again.
Yeah. So like, because it was like, about Umar being next.
Yeah.
And then like Merab was like, "Who the fuck is Umar? Like, what the fuck has he done to get a shot at the belt?" And then name drop Figueiredo, which, hey, I would much rather Merab versus
Figueiredo. I actually think Figueiredo's done great work in the bantamweight division so far.
But we know, like, let's be honest, the UFC have sold out to Saudi. They've sold out to the Middle East.
Yeah.
Dana, I think he's got a bucket list of things he wants to achieve before he's bouncing. The Sphere was one of the bucket lists. Get a business that wasn't the UFC to actually make money, which is what what the bitch slapping promotion is and all of that. So I think he's got a bucket list of things he wants to do before he's cashing out, because he clearly that passion, that initial drive that he had when he first got the company, that drive's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, he's completely lost the drive to be the best. He's gotten
Apparently he's got a
complacent.
10-year deal.
He's got a 10-year. Oh, for
Apparently
fuck's
he's got
sake!
Dana.
He's got a 10-year contract. Yeah, apparently so. Still got
Oh,
time, and you know that obviously he doesn't own the company, does he? He's a promoter for the company, so he still has to sign contracts and deals. He's
10-year
got a
contract.
decade left on his deal, apparently. Yeah.
Great. So it's going to be a decade of just mediocre.
Dana
Dana
ain't
does
going
what he
nowhere, man.
wants.
We ain't going
Dana
nowhere.
calls the shots basically for another 10 years. Cannot fucking wait for that.
That's something someone said it a couple of weeks back. I saw someone talking about the YouTube video. They might be talking bollocks, who knows? But I just don't see Dana going anywhere, man. I think I've said it before. I think we're going to have eventually, if they can get it done, I think Slap will be the prelims to UFC eventually.
Oh, fuck off, man! No,
I
no.
think it'll be the follow. It'll be the follow on. So they'll have a Slap event that will then take you to the UFC.
Okay,
That's like you watch that, you go straight to UFC.
Do you know how like we criticize?
Right.
Do you know how we criticize? Fans talking their shit to fighters, and then when you fuck around, you find out Marab did it to the fan. Aljamain Sterling confronted the fan. Arman confronted the fan. Basically bitch slapped him about for a bit. What's the difference between that and then what the power slap fighters are doing? Because didn't one of them decide to speak with a sharp tongue, saying that he can hang with Sean Strickland, and hopped into a ring with Sean Strickland, then Sean Strickland to then whoop him for a few rounds?
They're truckers. They're truckers who can slap. Yeah. That's all they are. They are
professional slappers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Professional slappers.
It's crazy. Look, since I don't know if you've noticed, but since Dana started doing slap, he hates wrestling now. Have you not noticed that? He loves stand-up brawls now. He hates wrestling now, when he used to love that.
But here's the thing.
How bad was the commentary, actually? Because apparently DC kept on saying, oh, this is Emmy award-winning type shit.
I think they're just trying to push a narrative, basically, and that's how you usually do it. I mean, here's the thing. MMA fans are to blame as well, because MMA fans will sit there and say the same things Dana's saying, obviously influenced by him as well. I don't see MMA fans watching Glory Kickboxing. I don't see I don't see these fans watching One Championship, which offers Muay Thai fights. They don't watch any of this stuff, so they still watch the UFC. So what do you kind of? So let me get this straight. We all football guys as well here, yeah. If I know I'm playing against someone who is 2 yards slower than me, every time I get the ball, what am I going to do? I'm going to knock it past him and run after it.
Yeah, use strength.
Use my strength. That's his weakness. So as a fighter, I'm meant to look at the person I'm standing across from and go, I'm not going to use my strengths today because I want to make him happy. I'm going to stand and pang and potentially get knocked out and lose. And then, do you know how stupid that sounds?
But that's what fighters are doing, though, Cal. Look at Gaethje. Gaethje's a phenomenal wrestler. The Gaethje's got CTE because he doesn't want to wrestle and have boring fights, right?
Yeah.
But if
Gaethje's a bit of a weird one. Gaethje was doing that before the UFC.
Yeah, but if he actually used his wrestling more, I think he would have been a multiple champion and still fresh now.
Probably.
But they don't want to do it. Like, it's very rare people use it. Like, everyone who wrestles or is a counter striker, Dana just slags off. Dana didn't like Leon Edwards because he's a counter striker and he did these fights boringly, which might be the case, but that's his way. You can't just sign him up? Why sign him? Why sign him in the first place?
Why make someone want to change their ways to lose as well? Like, he wants to win.
It's only got the energy.
Mixed martial arts. Yeah,
because he's only got that energy for fighters that he likes. Because I didn't see his criticism for Habib.
No, he wouldn't.
I didn't see the criticism for him. But there's plenty of other fighters that he's been close with that I put on some stinkers. I've never seen him, slag them off because it's the boys' club. I didn't.
Yeah.
Do you know, like he picks fighters that he wants to hype up. You know, I'm not going to mention he who should not be named because I'm saving that rant for tomorrow on my own channel because you know Dana's got his favourites. It's okay, but let's stop building the company around your favourites, please.
Yeah.
I don't, but I just don't get what Dana's doing right now. He's going back on everything he said he loved about mixed martial arts. He used to love the fact that someone was a kickboxer and a wrestler in the same fight.
Yeah,
Now he just wants them a bit. Now he just wants them to be a kickboxer. He used to love that fighters use their strengths to outbeat the other opponent, and he used to say like that opponent lost. They need to learn better next time to find a way to defeat that opponent. Yeah, and now, but now he goes backwards and everything. I just want stand-up brawls. I literally just want stand-up brawls, and that's all I want. Which is, if you want, and also he had the chance to stop this years ago if he just brought the Pride rules in, but he didn't want to do it. Yeah. He could have brought the Pride rules in and gave the yellow card system if people were on the ground for too long, and they did. And they felt like the fans were kept zoning out of the fight, and it makes them stand up. But he didn't want to do it. I bet he does now, but he can't. But he can't now.
JK, never competed in MMA. Done quite a bit of training when I was younger, though.
I've done karate.
Yeah, competing is very different to training.
I got to I got to a purple belt in Taekwondo, and then I pulled out.
Yeah.
I ex-kicked my sister, and that was it. I could do it. I literally did. I ex-kicked my sister. And then my mum was like, "That's it, no more." I was like, "Mum, purple belt." That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting. So yeah, purple belt in Taekwondo. That's all I've got.
CJ, same applies to boxing. Mayweather probably was disliked though because of his personality outside the cage.
Yeah,
because I don't like Mayweather the person, but as a boxer, I'd love watching Mayweather.
I pay to watch I watch Mayweather fights. I love it. Mayweather. Yeah, what people forget though, Mayweather used to be an attacking fighter when he was younger.
Until he kept on breaking his hands.
And then he kept breaking his hands, and because he was so small, his hands were so soft, he had to go more defensive. And then he realised, I am so good at this bit of the fight. Why should I change it up now just to win a fight when I can win like this? You know, it's up to his opponents to find a way to beat him,
to overcome it. Exactly.
So Valentina wins a fight by just wrestling for 5 rounds. It's up to Grosso to find a way to beat it.
Find a solution to that.
So Valentina's here to win the title. She's not here to make friends. You know, it's the criticism was weird because I don't think he criticised Marab as much as he did Valentina.
He should have criticised them.
No, there's no criticism there. I don't think he likes women's fighting. I've said this all the time. He never wanted female fighting in the UFC. He made that very clear once. He said it not under my watch, if I remember rightly.
Yeah,
there would be female fighting in UFC. And then Ronda came about, and obviously he slept with Ronda. We all know that, you know. And
he goes.
And they're big friends. And he made a division around Ronda, and it kicked off from there. But if you look at the promotion for female fighting, it's not promoted. Zero promotion. We had an all Chinese. We had an all Chinese first ever title fight, and it weren't even in Asia.
Yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's a travesty, isn't it? That's like doing MVP and Leon for the belt, and they do it bloody in like America. You'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's just that tells you he doesn't care.
Boy, well, speaking of other fighters who he doesn't really care for, now it's Aljamain Sterling, who's now pulled out of his fight against Evloev with an injury, a shoulder injury, if I'm not mistaken. I wanted to ask you guys, Evloev, he's currently ranked number 6. Brian Ortega's just fought and lost. You won't be able to turn around quickly. Diego Lopez could potentially turn around quickly. Holloway's booked up in a fight with Topuria. Volkanovski is sitting out waiting for the winner of that. There's only one person left in the division who's ranked above him that he hasn't fought, and that is Yair Rodriguez. Yair, obviously Mexican, didn't fight on this card. Why, we don't know. Would you try and entice Yair to take this fight against Evloev?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Arnold. I heard something about Arnold Allen.
What rematch
They
that again?
fought already though, so I don't know if Evloev will take that fight.
Yeah, that was the rumor going around. But Yair Rodriguez should be the one. But I'm looking at, obviously, Max is going to get his ass kicked by Ilya. Then
I don't know,
Ilya,
Joe.
Trust me. And then Ilya is. I'm the oracle when this comes. Then Ilya will rematch Alex, and then that would leave Diego Lopez then to fight Max Holloway, and Yair Rodriguez to fight Ilya. There you go. I've just pretty much done what they're going to do. There you go, book.
What I think he asked for a rematch with Lopez. And then Lopez was like, "You had your chance, so get piss off." Basically,
Yeah, it's going to be Lopez and the loser of the Max Holloway Ilya fight, in my opinion.
yeah, but he said he wants to fight on that card because he's been in camp for like 4 months. So he says he wants to be on that card.
Well, the only one, if he wants to be on that card, he's ranked 3 now. He has to fight Volk. Otherwise, what's the point of fighting?
No, I mean Evloev. It's Lopez that's ranked 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oliveira. Oh, right. Yeah, Lopez is ranked
I don't
3.
think Volk takes a fight before he gets a title shot.
No way.
Lopez might
Too
be
risky.
intriguing to him.
I don't think so. I would like to
Yeah,
see Volk
look,
fight again before the title shot. I don't think he
I
will.
literally think it'll be the winner of Ilya and Max versus Volk, and the loser
Yeah.
versus Lopez. That would be
Yeah,
opinion.
I
And
agree.
then the winners and then fight for the title. And then the winners and then fight for the title.
I tell you what, Lopez versus Volk would be a hell of a fight, you know.
Yeah, I think Lopez does him as well.
He potentially could.
I just think Volk's at that age now, and by the time catches up, don't matter how good you are, catch you up one day. Just taps you on the shoulder. And Lopez he's just on fire at the moment.
He's wild.
I would like to see Evloev versus Yair Rodriguez though, because I think that could reignite Yair potentially as well.
Pay the money. Make it happen.
Yeah.
That should look again. That I'd make that card. This is what I'd make, right? If I'm in charge right now, I'd literally make Oliveira versus Rodriguez, and I'd make I'd make Lopez and the loser of and Lopez and Volk. That'd be what I'd make. That'd be on the same card. Oh, have I got upside down? What the?
I have no idea.
Hello. I'm in Australia.
I don't know.
Yeah, mate.
I don't know what you've just done. Oh, there you go. That was a mind flip. Mindness.
Yeah,
I'd be up for those fights, Jay. I really would. I think it makes all the sense in the world, but we know that ain't going to happen. One fight we do know that is going to happen, though, guys, and that is Oliveira versus Chandler 2. Chandler has decided to stop waiting for Conor McGregor. Now, in fact, not just I think we know comprehensively here. Conor wants to fight. UFC are holding him off.
Yeah.
Chandler got fed up, as rightly so. He deserves to be. Do you think Oliveira was the right fight for Chandler, though?
The only fight.
Is it?
Maybe the only fight.
The reason I ask is because Chandler
Oliveira's
versus,
ranked 2.
I mean, Hooker's on fire at the moment. Chandler
Hooker's
could
an easy
basically
fight.
be Hooker again and be like,
Hooker wouldn't like win off Hooker again. Is that really going to push you into title shot contention?
Maybe not.
I think if he beats
Oliveira as well, hasn't he?
I think if Chandler beats Oliveira, he gets the title shot.
Yeah, because I think they're going to do Sarukian, Makhachev in January. I think that's the.
Yeah. I think Chandler. I think it's the right fight. That's why I'm saying with Chandler Oliveira, it makes sense. I think it's a dangerous fight for Oliveira, but it makes sense for Chandler. Dan Hooker. Don't make. What do you get if you beat Dan Hooker? Then you got to have another fight to probably get a title shot. If you fight Oliveira and beat him, he's ranked 2.
I have to say, I think Charles finishes Chandler. That ring rust.
So do I. But
not being active. He's made a gamble, and I think 1 year too late. should have made the decision last year to say, yeah, fuck it, I'm not waiting around. And do you know what's ironic? It will probably still be McGregor Chandler when they've sorted this out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
But that's the crazy thing.
I think it's going to be McGregor Canelo personally.
Oh,
McGregor would get his face broken.
I think it's going to Canelo McGregor. I think they're going to do that because they're beefing bad at the moment.
Theo's got a point.
McGregor.
Do you reckon they could do McGregor Hooker?
It's not a big enough name.
Thing is, any opponent McGregor has, instant $1 million pay-per-view buy. Instant.
Yeah, and I don't think UFC. I don't think UFC are giving him Hooker either.
Yeah.
I think he's going to fight 170 anyway. So
I think because we know with UFC and Legends, they like to. They either do the John Jones or they treat you like an Anderson Silva. And I'm wondering which way they're going to treat him. And I've got a feeling they're going to treat him like Anderson Silva. They're going to give him that they know that deep down that they know that he's not going to beat, and they are going to drain his star power and then kick into the curb. Fuck off with your BKFC.
He's got 2 fights left. Yeah. I think he fights at 170. I wonder if they're thinking about him and Leon Edwards. Because Leon Edwards, he's a counter striker, though. That's the thing. He's not going to go in there and try and take Conor down or anything like that. I just wonder if they're like. I don't know what they're going to do with Leon. I don't think they got anything planned for him. I don't see Conor going down to 55 at his time of his career now. I think he'll just fight at 170. He's small for it, but I think that's where he's going to fight. Him and Leon Edwards at the O2 in Manchester, the Co-op Arena in Manchester, if they could get it, would be. I tell you what, that'd be because I'm just looking at the 170. Well, at the welterweight division, you got. He ain't going to fight He ain't going to fight a wrestler. I don't think they want to put him in with a wrestler. So if I'm looking at it, who have you got? Basically got Leon Edwards.
I wouldn't just put McGregor Masvidal.
McGregor Masvidal, maybe.
That would still.
Yeah, Masvidal.
Diaz, if they can get him back.
So it's got to be people that ain't wrestlers. And I'm looking at everything, and I think Leon Edwards would be a great match. Ian Gary, possibly.
Paddy Pimblett, anyone?
Like a father like son beating, that would be.
Paddy Pimblett.
Hey, could you imagine, right? Gary's talking shit.
Conor and Wonderboy. Conor and Wonderboy.
Ian, shut the fuck up, Ian. Yeah, I'm your fucking father. Yeah? Stop listening to your wife. If you listen to your wife, you're gonna have to fucking smack you around, son. Yeah, yeah, off your fucking rocker.
But here's the thing. I even think Ian Gary beats Conor. Conor at 70 is small for the weight division.
And plus, you think his gas tanks was an issue at 55. At 70, oh my days.
Because he'll be carrying more muscle.
I just don't think they're going to give. Conor's not going to fight a wrestler with 2 fights left. He just ain't. It's going to be a stand-up fight. So maybe a Dan Hooker.
McGregor, Poirier,
maybe 4. A Poirier. Yeah, maybe a Poirier fight. I mean, Dustin just wants money fights. He's already said that.
I have to say, ARK, there is no way it's going to be McGregor, Usman, Nurmagomedov after release Bellator. Usman would kill him. Yeah. Like, Conor's not going to get a title shot. Like, he's not going to get a title shot.
No, I don't think he will.
Even I think they could do it. It's like his last fight to give him a title shot if he hasn't renegotiated the contract. Because if he wins, he's an automatic champion's clause.
Yeah, because of his fame, he had to get a title shot. Conor and Wonderboy would be an excellent fight.
They'll never fight though.
Conor give Wonderboy that paycheck.
Yeah, they're quite close anyway. Like, didn't he basically take over his tough thing?
They're mates, ain't they?
Yeah,
they are mates.
Yeah, they're friends. I just don't think Conor deals with that well.
I just think that's what I'm thinking about. If Conor fights guys, it's not going to be against. If it is going to be against a wrestler like a Chandler who don't really use it and prefers to stand up, It'd be someone like that. Maybe Gaethje. Gaethje needs a fight.
Gaethje McGregor's fun.
Gaethje needs to retire, man.
Gaethje kicks the hell out of Connor's leg though, and then catches him with something wild.
Yeah, Gaethje
I mean, he needs a fight.
The thing is,
If
maybe
he's gonna
I'm
fight
just
at
being too
55.
harsh on Connor. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Connor because I've not seen him at his best for such a long time. But
He's
We
loving
don't even know.
life, man.
you don't even know what he's going to
He
come
is
back
loving
as.
life, drinking
That's what I'm
shots.
saying.
Connor ain't won. Connor ain't won for 6 years, or whatever it is. So.
Hey, the last
Yeah,
time
I
he
mean,
won a
he-
fight, Barack Obama was still the president of the United States.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the last time he won a fight, man.
back in
Six-
2020.
No, hold on. Oh shit! Oh, sorry, I thought it meant 2016. Sorry, I
No,
completely
no.
forgot.
Yeah, he beat Donald-
when Decimate.
he-
Yeah,
Decimate-
Cerrone's back in 2020. That was his last win.
He beat Cerrone. I think Gaethje and Connor is an excellent fight if they can make
It
it.
is.
The thing is, yeah, McGregor does not need
That
a
would be an
title.
excellent fight. No, he's the title himself. He's bigger than a title.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
he's
The
the title, yeah.
He is
Yeah.
the cash cow.
Why do you reckon they're all waiting for him? Do you reckon, if they phone Gaethje out and went, do you want to fight Conor McGregor in February? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, of course he would.
I mean, yeah, that's £1 million gate. That's a £1 million pay-per-view, sorry. Straight away.
Indeed.
1 million pay-per-views. Easy. Gaethje Conor, do it.
Yeah. He has to. Right. Last topic, guys. Away from UFC, and that is PFL. They have got their super fights card, which is happening on
19th of October.
19th of October, correct?
Super.
All right, so this is what I want to speak about because I'll be honest, I actually think this card's stacked. So you've got
I can't wait for
McKee
Ngannou to
versus
lose.
Hughes.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Jay,
Ngannou's going to get his ass kicked. I'll wait for it.
All right, so
Yo,
yeah, whether you, I'm
hey,
gonna
yeah,
be
you know
real.
what's gonna happen
I'm
now?
with
Watch
Jay.
along for
I
this,
think
baby.
Ngannou might actually lose.
I think the
But I
knockout
don't
to
want-
AJ is devastating.
Yeah,
Knockout to AJ is devastating. You never get over that. I'm sorry. You just don't get over that.
facts. You got McKee versus Hughes. You've got Cyborg versus Pacheco. You've got Eblin versus Edwards
actually,
too, and you've got Ngannou versus.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that was the actual
Oh.
card. I'll take it back. That's a
yeah,
card.
yeah.
We're watching
yeah.
that. We're watching that. We're
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. I'm down to do a watch along with you
Damn right,
guys.
man. You're damn right. We're doing the watch on for that bad boy.
Where do we find it?
The zone, I think.
What's it on?
The zone, yeah. PFL's on the zone. ARK, I'm definitely not on
Oh.
Bellator's check. I wish I was. Because if I was, me, Luke, and Jamie would be in the studio right now, supposed to stream you. Believe me, if I was on the paycheck, you guys would know about it. So,
That's
yes,
a quality card. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. When is it?
That now the question I'm going to ask, guys: if PFL can continue putting on cards like this, can they get close to the UFC, especially with the way UFC is going in terms of how Dana is behaving? And Luke's like, "No, bro, nah,
Nah,
bro."
It's too
unfortunately
late.
not.
It's too late.
Dana
It's
made
too
a
late.
comment on Don Davis's comments about Cyborg versus Pacheco's being the biggest fight in women's MMA at the moment, because obviously Cyborg's, a legend, one loss in 16 years, and arguably Pacheco handed Kayla Harrison her only loss.
So she did. She actually got a victory decision over.
Yeah,
her.
so argue that is probably the biggest fight in women's MMA at the moment. But I don't know what Dana said. He probably did what he usually does and takes a massive dump.
UFC
on-
and monopolize. UFC
Hey,
UFC
did
and
say that
monopolize
Jake
combat
Paul's not-
sport. You know.
But he did say Jake Paul's not banned from his events after Jake Paul had to disguise himself to get into the sphere. And
Was
Dana
Jake
got
Paul
asked about that, and they went, "Yeah, Jake Paul's not banned from any of our events."
Okay.
Ban people
Interesting.
from events. Dude.
He might not be banned,
But
but
yeah,
he's basically got people on standby to
Yeah.
bash him up if need be. In it.
Yeah, I think UFC right now, it don't matter how good it is, it don't matter how bad it is, it's monopolized the business. So you'll get people that will want to watch it. Look, it's like wrestling, WWE. It's monopolized wrestling. You get people that won't watch it and watch other things, but the majority, like 90% of the universe, are wrestling fans watching WWE. Rest of the 10% are everywhere else. It's the same with UFC. Most casual MMA fans probably don't even know there's any other competition apart from UFC.
Yeah, very
so
true.
they get viewers. They get viewers in their own way, and people will go, "Oh, that event was far better than anything UFC put on this week," and build it up. But it ain't gonna matter in a whole thing of it. But it's an alternative for people to go and watch. Though, if you've had enough of one, there's an alternative to go and watch. Enjoy that.
Yeah,
Facts.
I hear it.
That's
I'm
a
looking
card,
forward
man.
to that PFL card. I can't lie. That is a nice card,
That's a
man.
card.
I wonder if they're going to add any more
Yeah,
fights out because it is a 4-fight card at the moment. I wonder if they're going to add anything else.
Yeah, couple more maybe. I mean, I am intrigued to see how Ngannou does. I am intrigued because the guy fighting is bigger than him.
The thing is,
That loss to AJ is devastating knockout. It's just, I don't know if you get over it.
It's going to take a lot. I know ARK is going to get on to me for this. Here's the thing. You speak about Jade, having that authenticity, that personality about yourself and being able to display that, and UFC kind of take that away from the fighters. If there's one thing Bellator do well, is they allow the fighters to be themselves. The walkouts and what they wear, they don't have to wear the same stuff. They haven't got like a uniform manufacturer. Yeah. There's elements that Bellator and PFL have that the UFC doesn't. It's just, you're right though, captivating the main audience and capturing it. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how well this card does, because this is probably all their biggest fighters on one card.
Yeah, they go for it up there.
Yes, it probably is.
I mean, barring in terms, I'm not talking about their best necessarily, but in terms of their most popular, maybe Leah McCourt. She's obviously popular despite her loss. She's not on this card, but I still don't think she's maybe as popular. Well, she's not as popular as Cyborg. Maybe more popular than Pacheco.
I just hate the way Cyborg was treated in the UFC.
Oh, it's disgraceful.
Like, you got your boss saying you look like a man, and and talking
that's insulting to
talk with this shit to her when you got Amanda Nunes there who's obviously roided up as well. It's just it does me head in.
Here's the thing: her and Amanda should have had a rematch.
Yeah, he didn't care though. He wanted to go out the door as quick as possible. They should
have had the rematch. Because I'll be honest with you,
Cyborg was too big for that. She was too big for that weight though. Cyborg, she had a drain.
But
do you remember how she looked on the scales?
Yeah, her first fight. I mean, even her first fight, they made her cut down to 140 for no reason.
Even the Amanda fight, she was drained on the scales.
No, that was at 40. That one was at 45. That one was at 45. Her and Amanda.
She's 170 pounds.
She boxes now anyway. Like, she boxes.
Yeah. The thing, I genuinely believe they should have done her and Amanda again, because I think she went in there the wrong game plan against Amanda, and obviously got caught, and she effed around. She found out she wouldn't fight like that second time around, and I think it would have been for a way more interesting fight.
Should counter strike and takedowns. That's what she should try.
So I'm looking forward to those cards. Look, we got some good stuff coming around. We've got the boxing. Obviously, Luke, we're going to be on your channel tomorrow, chopping up the boxing.
Yeah, with a guest.
And then also on Saturday, watch along on your channel for the boxing as well.
I don't know what time that will be. I know it starts at 4, but I won't be doing that.
No. Just do the main. Just do the main event.
Yeah. Probably like 10:30.
Just do the main event.
Yeah,
just do the main event, because I've done a couple of boxing watch-alongs in the past when I started YouTube, and I literally just did the main event, because the main event takes 2 hours because of the build-up and you talk about after.
So you just need to find out what time it starts.
I think
I'll be able to do it.
Ring walk is about 10 o'clock, I think. So we go live at
usually
10. Yeah, if we go live at 10, we might see the.
So have to make a few favors to the missus, saying, "Can you go upstairs?"
Yeah, look. Yeah, you probably think, "Oh, Luke, hey, Luke,
this early."
It stumbles in 3 hours later. But
so I'm late, guys.
You know what's mad? Canelo only drew 750,000 buys. He's not a draw.
I mean, that's probably more than the UFC did.
Yeah,
we actually know the buy rate. Do we know what the buy rate for it was?
Oh, you're not going to find out because
UFC
they
don't release them.
Know when they do well.
Yeah, they don't.
I reckon that maybe did 5. I reckon that probably did about 500,000 buys. That's it.
Yeah. Canelo, it's weird with Canelo. He's not a draw. Like, as big of a fighter is, because that's what Conor said to him, weren't it? When they're going back and forth. And Conor basically said, "You're not a draw, son."
The thing is,
I mean, talking to Conor,
boxing.
obviously.
I'd love to. I genuinely would love a breakdown on how boxers get paid so much more. Like, where does the money come in from?
It's from the other companies, from WBC, WBO, WBA, IBF. You know, they put all the purse in, don't they? And then their promoters, they put the purse in as well, and they work it all out together with the TV companies, the pay-per-view companies, the handler of the company. So if it's Showtime or anything like that, then you get a figure.
Yeah,
that's how they do it.
Find it. I can't find it. How much? How many pay-per-views?
You won't be able to. Jay's probably right. You won't be able to.
I don't think Dana used to announce it. Dana used to announce it the next day all the time.
Yeah, but now it says,
the
record sell out. The gate was this much. That was it.
Yeah, because they're charging extortionate prices. We remember when they came over to London for Aspinall to Bora, and we looked at the prices and we're just like, we can't afford this.
And it's like, exactly. It's like ARK says there, the promoters take a smaller percentage and the fighters get the more percentage, where in UFC, Dana takes all the percentage. And it's the other way around. It disgusts me.
Yeah, it does.
Especially in MMA. There's more. Me off, look, there's more ways that you could lose your life or career in an MMA fight than a boxing fight. No, I could go in there and break your arm, not anything, and you're out for a year. You're out for a year sitting on your ass, and you're paid 12 and 12.
Yeah, well, Irene Aldana is going to be out for.
Oh my goodness, that was brutal, man.
Because this is where the whole thing about healthcare and stuff come in, and obviously you've got UFC fans that are like John Jones fans, can't see any negatives. It's yes, Dana, we'll listen, we'll love everything you're going to say, Dana. But what happens if Aldana can't fight again? What happens if she's permanently disfigured off that cut? Are you going to compensate her? Are you going to compensate her on her time off?
That might be the worst cut I've seen, actually.
She might have to retire unless she gets plastic surgery, because that scar goes that way across her face. Yeah. She looks like Snake Lisping now. It goes there.
Yeah, she would definitely have to have she'll have to have a plastic surgery.
Guys, did you talk about Hamzat changing his wrestling coach?
No, I didn't know he did.
I did see that he's going back to like his old, like his original wrestling coach. I think they said that they were going to make sure that when he trains, he doesn't go 100%, which probably explains why he has to pull out, because he's severely unwell. Could be because of the fact that he pushes himself at ridiculous levels.
Too much. UFC 308 in Abu Dhabi, by the way, is stacked.
Yeah, Jamie. Of course it is, because it's in Abu Dhabi. You know,
guys, that'd be in a decent time for us as well.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Ain't that at 7 o'clock?
The prelims start like 3 p.m, don't they?
Yeah, 7 p.m.
No way.
So hang on. Yeah, so for Saudi and Abu Dhabi, it's all right to go their time.
Crazy. I knew it. Talk, Jay.
The Middle East.
So I see now. So in the Middle East, it's
where's the money coming from?
When the Middle East is working pretty much Greenwich Mean Time almost.
Yeah.
So like, okay. That Middle East money, That Middle East money. Cyril Garn, Volkov, Whitaker, Hamzat, Tupolia, and Holloway.
Yeah, cards
We're
stacked.
going to have fun with that one.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, especially when
Jeff Neal on the
prelims. You seen it now, innit?
Jeff Neal and RDA. Jeff Neal and RDA. Look at the prelims.
Look at the rest of the prelims. Look at the rest of them.
Oh my word!
Hey, what are we saying? What, a full card watch long? What we're saying?
Might have to be for that one.
Rebecca.
When's that one? That's November, right?
Yeah, October 26th. Not far.
So that's a week after PFL,
5 weeks.
yeah.
5 weeks away. 5 weeks away.
Hey, subscribers are going to go up in 5 weeks. Content's going to be on a regular.
Trust me.
Brits can't bring in the big gates. Brits can't bring in the big gates.
Wembley cards.
Well, of course we can when your pay-per-view's not American.
Ain't for the boxing on Saturday, 96,000 sold out.
Yeah, like AJ brings in silly money.
Yeah, AJ is the draw.
Yeah, AJ brings in silly money.
They talk about Fury a lot, but AJ's the draw in the heavyweight division.
Even this fight, Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige, that is a fight. By the way, I love Lerone Murphy. Dan Ige should be on the main card. Like, he just saved an event.
Hey, Dan Ige should have been in this bit.
Oh,
Daniel Santos and Nurmagomedov. Oh my word!
Yeah, the card's
what
beautiful.
Is this? Look at this. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll see what it's about. So we need to get that. The pan note needs to be a bit stronger, does it?
Hold on, let's look at, because that's the 26th, right?
Yeah.
Please, Liverpool. What's Liverpool's schedule? 26th.
Oh, is it Arsenal that weekend?
Oh, we're playing on the 27th. We're good boys. We're good boys. Yeah, we're good.
Oh yeah. So we've got the Arsenal the day after.
Yeah. So, guys, check this out. We'll have PFL on the 19th, and then Chelsea on the 20th. Then we'll have UFC on the 26th, and Arsenal on the 27th.
Oh, October's sold out, man.
We're eating good in October, guys. We're eating good.
Hey, and guess what's happening in November?
Fireworks night.
Yes. No, Jay's birthday. Is your birthday? Is your birthday?
Shock the world.
Oh no, your birthday's August. I remember you always speak about fireworks night.
No, my daughter's birthday's on the 5th of November.
Oh, that's right.
So Phoebe's birthday's the 5th of November, and Penny's birthday's the 14th of November.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's what I remembered.
Hey,
and then Brody's in
January. November's nice as well, Luke. You got
Stipe is shocking the world.
He's not.
And no.
Do you know it'd be crazy if that happened?
I'd love genuinely, like literally.
If Stipe wins, genuinely, Dana's gonna have the biggest egg on his face.
Guys,
so many reasons.
More than you can believe, guys.
So many reasons.
Because Aspinall wipes the floor with him in 30 seconds when they fight.
Not just that. You've spent all this time downplaying Aspinall, building up
glazing, John.
If Stipe wins, Stipe retires.
This too much because I've got to talk about tomorrow. So
yeah, sorry, yeah.
A little preview, a little taste,
a little preview, a little teaser, a little teaser.
Out frustration.
If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. We are how many miles away now? And we actually get the actual number.
We got it.
I'm 8 subs away from 2K. 8 subs, guys. So please tell a friend to tell a friend. 8 subs away. So please, let's make this happen. Jay, Luke, we spoke about what you've got coming out tomorrow, so people tune in there. Jay, what have you got coming up, bro?
I have got my AC Milan review reaction on Monday, tomorrow afternoon. Then I'm on TIFO tomorrow night for Atalanta and Arsenal. Yeah, so that's what I've got tomorrow.
Sweet people, you know what to do. Links to Jamie, I was going to say Lamey's, Luke's and Jamie's channels in the description. So please make sure you go and subscribe to their channels.
Lamey, you know. Lamey, you know.
It's a little slip up, guys.
Jamie's Georgian brother. Lamey. He's a wrestler. He's a wrestler.
Dana's favorite. But now, people, make sure you subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Luke's channel, subscribe to Jamie's channel. Until we see next time, people. Thanks for watching, joining, and listening. We're out, people. Take care.